What's up, people? Welcome back to the channel. So I just wanted to reintroduce myself. My name's Liam. I go under the name of PawnFX. You guys, obviously, I asked you in the community channel whether you wanted me to add in a face cam, and the majority vote was yes. So here we are. I don't know how this is going to go, but I'm going to add it in and we will see, how it goes. I just wanted to personally say thank you very much for the support so far. I really love seeing that people are taking value from my content, really, improving their trading just through watching the video content that I'm providing. I'm trying to bring you as much value as possible in these videos, so please do let me know if there is anything that I can make for you in the way of videos, and I will try to continue bringing out as much content as possible with the most value that I can do. So in this video, we're going to take a look into the last week of price action. We're going to be looking at where was possible to trade, where was not possible to trade, and kind of what I took during the last week, and also why I'm picking the POIs that I am. So without further ado, let's jump into the charts. So this right here is last week's price action. What we can see is obviously we had a bearish Monday, and then Tuesday and Wednesday we kind of pushed bullish into the bearish POI, the 4-hour POI, which you can see up here. And then pretty much what we had is a consolidation through Thursday. We had a large drop through the Asian range on Thursday, and then Friday we had the continuation to the downside from this higher time frame POI. So for me personally, on this week, 14th of February 2022, there was only personally one trade that I took, which was over here on the left hand side, which was on Monday. I have done a little bit of back testing, and Friday gave a very nice position also, but I was not available to take any trades Friday. And this ended up being, if we were targeting this low, it would be 27R, which is still a very nice trade. My trade, which I took on Monday, which was 20R, so that was absolutely fine for me. But personally, I didn't find anything throughout, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. Okay, and I think what I want to talk about in this video is Thursday through this price action right here. I think a lot of people got chopped up through this price action here. Everyone was trying to take trades. When we have a very large Asian range push down like this, or push up, or wherever it goes, this is one day that I really don't like to trade. I like to kind of stay away because the Asian range is so large. It's used a lot of the daily range, and as you can see, this is the high of the daily range and this is the low of the daily range, right? Here we do push slightly higher, but for the most part, what we can see is the Asian range nearly created the high and the low of the day. And then we pretty much just consolidated throughout all of this price action right here. So yes, you could have got into some positions, but realistically, we're not really looking to, to take any major positions on this day. So if we look at Monday's price action here, right, what we can see is we have a down close candle here. If we look to the left of the chart, we have a down close candle before this large push to the upside, which breaks structure. Okay, so we do have a valid POI, which we can look to potentially take a trade from. Okay, now Monday started off up here. Okay, so what we actually were doing is waiting for price, seeing, is price going to continue down, or is price going to, pull back up into this 4-hour POI, or what's going to happen, right? So on Monday morning, I was on the 15-minute chart, okay? And what I saw here was we had a 15-minute up close candle, which I pulled out, okay, like this. And I saw that prices are already tapped into this during the Asian range, right? So then here, what we see is we have another 15-minute up close candle, which actually breaks structure to the downside, right? So we take out this low here, okay? So we have a break of structure, right? So this is then another valid POI for me, okay? So then coming into London session, what we see is prices pulling back up into this 15-minute POI. Simply what I did is, following order flow, I was using this ideology and saying, okay, if price gives me an entry, what I want to do is I want to take my entry from around this area. So simply all I did was on the lower time frames, this was my entry, okay? And what we have here is we have an extreme POI, okay? Because this is the extreme, this is the high of this leg here, okay? So what we have is we have a change of character, right? So this high here gets taken out by this high here, okay? And then the low in between that, which is right here, this gets taken out, okay? Very simple. Take my entry from here, stop loss above, roughly 2 pips, and then we're targeting all the way down here, okay? And it was roughly a 20 RR, okay? We obviously did get all the way down to here. I think maybe I had a 2.2 pip stop loss, 2.3, and then we hit a 20R just down here, okay? And that's very simple, right? All we're doing on Monday morning is we're just looking for continuations of the prevailing trend, which was happening the prior week, if we do have a prevailing trend. So simply all I've done is I've looked at where price has reacted from. As long as it's a 15-minute POI, I'm absolutely fine with trading that, okay? So then I'm waiting for another POI to continue order flow, looking for continuations, and then I'm looking for my entry model. Very simple, very easy, and as you can see, price crumbled from here. So if we look at the rest of price action throughout the week, we can look at Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right? So Tuesday here, what we've done is we created a change of character on the 15-minute time frame after tapping into this 4-hour POI down here, which is what we spoke about just a second ago. And then pretty much what we did is we had very efficient price action all the way through here, okay? As you can see, I've got this line drawn through here, okay? So price tapped into here, which to me means that we don't need to come any lower, which is great. All the way through the Asian range, we just consolidated. We then created this down close candle, which pushes to the upside, confirming our change of character on the 15-minute time frame. This then gives me a valid POI in which I could potentially be looking to trade from. Now, unfortunately, down here, there is no entry model for me, so I didn't take the trade. And then obviously it rocketed off, went straight up into this 15-minute POI, and then had a little bit of a reaction, and went into, you know, the previous, or the next day, should we say. I was also looking at this 1 hour POI right here, okay? So this down close candle before this push to the upside, which breaks structure, confirm, okay? So we were waiting for price to come back into here and then give us an entry model. Same again, we had no entry model and price launched back to the upside. So, you know, unfortunately there was no entry for me on this day. The next day, I was also waiting for price to get into this higher time frame 4-hour POI up here. And then I was waiting for an entry. Same again, in this area here, I didn't get another entry. So it's absolutely fine. We missed the trade and we move on, okay? You don't have to trade every single day. Just trade when your edge is prevalent, right? When your edge is showing off, this is when we need to look and, you know, take advantage of our trades. So through the rest of Thursday, we pretty much just consolidated. You know, we dropped a little bit lower here and then we came a bit higher. We slightly took out this high. If we look on a bit of a higher time frame right now, let's just see, maybe a 2 hour. Yeah, so we have a 2 hour POI here, right? So this is a down close candle before the push to the upside, which breaks structure. Okay, so we do have a valid 2 hour POI. Price taps into here and then rallies off higher, taking out this high. Okay, so that could have been your target point if you could have potentially got an entry in here. Okay, I didn't. So that's absolutely fine with me. Then we get into Thursday, okay? So Thursday's price action, we look at, you know, this large move through the Asian range, okay? If we jump onto the 15-minute, we can see this very clearly, that we had this very large move to the downside, which was actually a larger move than the FOMC event, which happened on Wednesday, okay? When this happens, this, like I said at the beginning of the video, this makes no sense to trade for me, okay? It's a very choppy price action. It pushes back to the upside, then back down, then back up, then back down. If you were looking to trade this, what you want to do is you want to trade the extremes, okay? So you want to trade potentially this one here, okay? So this takes out this high and then pushes lower, okay? We then take out this low here. So we do have a valid POI, okay? So this is a 15-minute POI right here, okay? What you can do is you can look inside of this area on a lower time frame and then look to get your entry model. If you find your entry model, great. If you don't, that's absolutely fine. Stay out of the market and look for the most probable places in which you can take a trade from, okay? Same again, all of this price action here, very choppy, so I decided to just stay out of the market. And then on Friday, I wasn't on the charts, so there was no possibility for me to catch this trade. But as we can see, price has reacted from this area in here, okay? Once we get the confirm of the change of character, even though you can't see that there's a POI inside of here, there definitely is, because it's reacted from somewhere, okay? If we're getting a change of character, then we can confirm that this is pushing lower. Now, what we can do is then mark off our POIs, and then we can look for a lower time frame entry. This is just rinse and repeat now. This is all the same stuff. And then if we get down onto a lower time frame, we'll look at the entry. Okay, so on the lower time frames, what we can see is we have a down close candle, then a push to the upside, then a reaction from it, push higher, which then gives us our initial change in character, and then we push lower, confirming our change in character, and then we can pull back up into the POI, and then we can take our trade, okay? So this is the back-tested trade, which I looked at on Saturday, because I was not on the charts on Friday. But as we can see here, what we can do, jump out onto a higher time frame. If we look at the 15-minute time frame, what we can see is we have a structural low here, okay? So this is the low which took out this low, okay? So we have it confirmed, and pretty much that is the low that we can target. As you can see, price taps into your entry and then runs all the way down. Same again, we're doing exactly the same as every single time. This is a decisional POI because extreme would be up here, okay? This is decisional here, this is decisional here, this is an extreme, okay? So we reach into here, we need to look for two things, and then we look to continue our short down, right? Now, for me, I can't hold over the weekend, so that's the reason why this trade would be cut here for me. But personally, I think that we are going to continue to the downside. If we look on the higher time frames, we can't really see anything here, right? We've reacted from this 4-hour POI here, but then we've pushed up and reacted from this one. So now if we can continue down, we could see further prices targeting this low all the way down here, okay? But that's pretty much what I am anticipating to happen next week. Obviously, I'm not looking to anticipate what's going to happen. I'm looking to actually react to what is happening, right? I'm looking to get into continuations. I'm waiting for the market to show me which direction it wants to go, and I'm looking to take that trade in that direction. Thank you very much for watching the video. If you haven't followed me on Instagram, please do, at PawnFX. Drop a like on the video if you liked it, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.